So I'm gonna cut straight to it. Fuck video games. Um, I am. It's interesting. There's a bit of a story here, but um, on the echelon of what you would consider uh, gamers or whatever, I think I've always been on the lower side of the spectrum in terms of my gaming prowess, uh, wherever that may be. Um, I during the times even when I was playing games, uh, I kind of skipped out on a lot of the trendy games. I mean, a lot of people skip out on the trendy games. Like, I never played Call of Duty. I wasn't really that interested in Halo. Uh, Obviously, never had any sort of inkling towards the idea of Fortnite. Um, I would watch maybe some PUBG streams. There were some interesting PUBG streams that I caught. But, uh, my gaming prowess, just to give a little bit more context, has always been low. That being said, I used to play games a lot. Or at least I was, an avid Sims fan. I collected all the different expansion packs for Sims 2, Sims 3. Um, I had even gotten, Sims 4 stuff for a time. Um, but like, there, and I also, was pretty hugely involved in, BioWare and basically any big, tiny, whiny RPG game that would had like long gestational periods or whatever you want to call it. Um, I was usually interested, but I can tell you exactly when. I mean, my gaming prowess was slowly waning as time went on. Like it was always getting less and less and less and less pronounced as years went on. And the last game that I had any sort of anticipation for, and I'm sure a lot of you could probably even guess this game, was Cyberpunk 2070. Is it 2077? See, I don't even remember the fucking name of it. Cyberpunk 2077. Um, and the amount of hype I had for that game was actually pretty big, pretty large. And the moment that Keanu Reeves stepped out on the stage at I don't think it was the gaming awards. I think it was at one of the Gamescoms or whatever the fuck it's called. Um, like externally, I'm like, oh, Keanu Reeves is there, but internally, and before it really extrapolated itself into, the confines of my subconscious reality, um, I came down to the sort of realization that this game was going to be terrible. I knew it was going to be bad. And lo and behold, it was. I played the game for, I don't know, like a few hours, and I kind of knew immediately that it was not for me. And obviously, a lot of other people came down to that realization as well. But it was ultimately the game that essentially killed any sort of care or motivation that I had for gaming in general. First impressions are very important, and I felt like at that point I had been let down by numerous gaming companies in terms of meeting the anticipation, uh, meeting or exceeding the anticipation, and essentially what had any glimmers of hope that I had about returning to gaming in any sort of full-time capacity were completely destroyed by Cyberpunk. Um, I don't care about the fucking expansion pack. You know, I know that there's an expansion pack, and apparently the game is good now. I don't care. The first impressions are the most important part of this of gaming for me. For me specifically, if you do not hook me immediately, and if you do not make me want to keep playing, then you have failed. And one of the reasons why it also failed because I literally couldn't get past a mission because of a glitch. So, you know, there's that too. But that aside, it's just like I knew the game just was not going to work for me. I even posted actually when that game came out. I posted some like pics and stuff of my character. It was pretty awesome design for my character. I tend to play as females first, then males later. But yeah, I just enjoy. I like designing female characters because I think they have more interesting aesthetics. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said though, my interest in gaming was already kind of waning before Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk essentially was the last gasp. And it has not come back since. There have been maybe little pinches of interest in certain games. But the thing is like, you know, I don't care about Among Us. I don't care about these horror type games, these group games. I've never liked multiplayer. I don't like party games. You know, I guess you could say I'm kind of a boring person in general, but, you know, I mean, I played Mario Party, you know, my history of gaming, you know, has always been playing games like for like the N64, you know, GameCube, you know, Wii, but it's just like, I've always kind of approached gaming in a very specific way, and if a game does not hit me in a certain way and doesn't have a certain gameplay mechanics about it, especially ones that were promised, then I'm just like, I can't do this. I played all the Mass Effects. Like I said, I was a big BioWare person, but then they really fucked that up with Andromeda. Some would even argue they kind of fucked it up with Mass Effect 3 with the endings, but you know, whatever. That was just kind of, in my opinion, video games are not about story. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but a video game, to me, is supposed to be a video game, not a movie. So when I have a video game that is very clearly a movie, or at least it's some type of long-term narrative as opposed to a actual game, then we have and we got a problem. But yeah, you know, there was some interest maybe in trying out Baldur's Gate 3. And actually, too, I forgot to add this. You know, like GTA RP. I was playing that, obviously. Like, you know, I played GTA RP. I played Sims. You know, those are games I still kind of go back to occasionally, but even that, I don't really even play that much anymore. And, you know, if you know why I'm not playing GTA RP, then you know why I'm not playing GTA RP right now. But that's essentially outside of GTA RP, I'm not playing any games. I fucking, I'm done with it. There's no need to feel any sort of anticipation for games because at this stage, I don't feel like games have really they're not capable of living up to expectations or meeting the standards that the developers set for the games. Um, when everybody and their mother becomes Peter Molyneux when it comes down to the development of video games, then you know you got a problem. Um, which is sad because Peter Molyneux was a visionary game dev, and at least he was a visionary game dev. I don't really know much what he's doing much these days. Last I heard, I think he was doing like a GoFundMe for a game, so there's that. Um, but when everybody tries to be a visionary, they often turn out crap. Um, Now, I've heard good things about Baldur's Gate 3, and maybe I would consider playing that at some point, but even that, I don't know. Like, I just don't care. I don't care enough. I would rather sit in Chat GPT creating my own, like, little simulated worlds than play any game that is developed by any software company. Um, I think the next time that I might consider the possibility of, having some measurement of anticipation for gaming is the next step in artificial intelligence when it comes down to gaming. I'm waiting for that day, and I don't know when that day is going to come, but when that day does come, I might actually, I'm curious. I'm curious. Right now, I'm curious, but it does not yet have my attention. Once I start seeing some stuff in gaming with regards to the advent of AI, then I will certainly consider uh, having some sort of anticipation or care when it comes down to video games. I would go into a little bit more, but there's a lot of activity around me right now. But like, it's just like, I guess just the bottom line is that uh, there are a lot of games that I have played throughout my life that have definitely been foundational to me. I'm more so into strategy simulation games. But I mean, even that I haven't played any of recent games. Like, even ones that seem interesting. I don't really play them for very long. Like, I didn't even dislike No Man's Sky all that much. I played it for like 14 hours. It was pretty great. And then I was just like, eh. It's just that I never feel the need to continue playing any games. And that's a problem. If you don't feel like a game can keep you locked in throughout the duration of its existence, then that's a problem. Um, if GTA RP, which is a multiplayer experience, which is ironic to me in so many ways, is able to keep me control in a world of my own making, um, for multiple years at a time, and not any other game is able to do that, then we have a problem. It took outside forces for me to stop playing GTA RP. And that's saying a lot. Um, but yeah, I think the overall consensus here is that I think games suck. Games suck, and I have no interest in them anymore. Uh, Sorry. Peace out.